guys, welcome back to part 6, Act 6, but we're starting off with a trade, and it took me a couple people to whisper, and I want to keep it realistic with you guys. Sometimes it takes multiple whispers, and I'm getting an amulet from this guy. I'm going to go to his hideout, and I'll show you guys exactly what we're getting for one Orb of Alchemy, because I was looking at what we could get as far as an upgrade. This is an item where we could get a pretty decent upgrade. We don't have the level requirements for it now, but just looking for anything that happened to have specifically extra lightning damage to attacks. Crit multiply doesn't matter, increased armor, like the rest of the stats didn't matter. It's just I needed a new amulet. It was well due for an upgrade, so we did it. I did use this tool over here. This is called Path of Building. It's actually pretty complex to use it because you have to get this thing called Session ID. It explains how to get it. If you want to download it, feel free to go and do so. I have a video kind of that goes over like other tools, but don't feel like you need it. What you can do is you can just go to the Path of Exile trade website. It's probably the better method to actually teach you guys, because what I'm using is a tool that will just like filter out a lot of things. But what you should do, my face had always, so I want an amulet, right? I want an amulet and I want to have like lightning damage to attacks, and then I only have, let's say, 1 alch. That's like my price, and it has to be under level. Like I put 50. You put 55 because we're gonna level a couple times relatively soon, right? And then I just click right here, and now I sort them by all of the amount of damage. But this is the one that I actually wanted, but the guy was AFK. But some of these will grant extra skills. Like this one's actually pretty dang good too. Wait, that one's actually like, is that one better? Oh, I think I whispered that guy. I think that guy was also AFK. Sometimes people just don't respond, but anything like this would be good because we're scaling lightning damage at the end of the day right now, and yeah, this could be good. All these good for 1 Orb of Alchemy. So that's all I really did. So now let's go ahead and continue on part 6. Let's go. But Demons, thank you so much for all the TikTok gifts. Appreciate the festivals, all the TikTok hearts. Appreciate it, mate. Thank you, thank you. Is this game free on Xbox? Yes, but don't play it on console until Tuesday. I think it's, what is that, on the 13th? And the reason why is because that's when the update comes out. Looks like this is going to be a purple one, and if it's purple, I don't think we want it like at all, unless we see some like yellow coming out pretty soon. Oh, there's some yellow here. Yellow, 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 yellow. The reason why is I want to upgrade my thing. Oh, okay. Well, I'll have some of these little things to open up. Oh, whoa, whoa, that was insane amount of damage. So what happens if we rip? We just don't get to go in. Okay, well, that was our first rip. Act 6 was not messing around with this. Oh, it's a first delirium. So those little like white portals that we walked through, this is called delirium. It's a mechanic where you'll see a bunch of monsters turn into sometimes they'll turn to like kind of grayish monsters, and it gets a little bit harder as you progress, but there are rewards that will drop over here called cluster jewels, which can extend your skill tree beyond what is already in the game, and some special nodes will start appearing. It's a really cool system, but it is so complex. I'll have to just show you because I couldn't really explain it without getting one and showing you. These guys are like super tanky. I'll look at the waypoint over here. Just looking to go to the mud flats, and I can hit this to end the encounter. I want to see if we can get to another reward thing over here. Okay, there we go. I'm just gonna hit next. We got another Orb of Alchemy. Cool. So if I hit that, it's gonna drop a bunch of items for us to grab at the very end. So I have another skill point, and we're gonna work on getting this and get the extra survivability. Have I seen the shred build for Druid? It tapers off, it feels like, and it relies off of, I tried playing it with Landslide too for Diablo. So I'm going to see if this one's the yellow one. It's another purple, but the other one went purple, then it went yellow, so maybe we just have to keep on going and we'll eventually see the one that we want. I'm just going to YOLO it and just go super fast. If we rip, it's whatever. Because I'm only looking for the NPC. It didn't spawn in. But ideally, we try to find the NPC. Now, we could maybe use an alchemy on that. Let's see, what do we have with this? It gives us accuracy. It's a pretty solid pair of gloves. because the other one will give us blue, which could be okay for added lightning damage. So what we're looking for in the Mudflats is specifically the Dishonored Queen. She's going to drop these eyes that we need to progress. The Eye of Conquest, and then we're going to go to our first special like boss.
Did this to me. The King of Brian.
Okay. So that was one of the NPCs in Act 1. She got turned into a like a mermaid thing. Is this Lightning Arrow Deadeye? Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's our League starter. It has potential hit for 1.9 billion. I've seen 17 billion as like the highest hit for that. But don't look too much on a 1 damage hit, because that requires an insane amount of setup. And it's going to be unrealistic for most people to even reach that. Oh, that's Mana Siphon. It is not fun. Yeah. These things are just scaled way too high, like out of control. And honestly, Path of Exile has done this so many times. So they constantly make the League like overtuned, and then they're like, all right, we've seen players say that the new content is a little bit too hard. Like the Act endgame bosses don't even hit for that amount of damage. So it's a little overtuned, but it's okay. It was not like we really needed to kill that for anything. So now what we're looking for is Tukohama's Keep. And we are going to defeat this boss. And you can see, like, he doesn't even do that much damage, and he's like a more special boss. He has his like own arena. He's got his own mechanic, and just some random yellow from the viewer area just absolutely just deleted us instantly. It's probably gonna get patched. It's like arch nemesis all over again. But anyways, the mechanic that this guy has, Tukohama, you got to destroy his little like pillars. Oh, we have to reactivate our buffs. Probably look at getting some flat damage, because we've been scaling a lot of like HP and attack speed, but we'll get more damage very soon. I'll get an upgraded bow in the next part. Damage is actually pretty much fine though. Okay. With a bow, maybe we'll get super lucky with the bow. Let's see. If I want to check the DPS, I can just use this little scanner tool. It's kind of nice. It's 178. Our current DPS on this is like really low. It's like 60, but it has a bonus. So when you defeat these gods, you get to absorb some of their powers, and so this is the power that he gives us. While we are stationary, we get a physical damage reduction per second, up to 9% physical damage reduction. So that's cool. Extra damage reduction is always welcome. And since we can only select that one right now, we might as well select it. There's no secondary option on that one. But later we'll be able to choose the one we want. Honestly, the one that's nice is reduced like shock, reduced curse or something like that, and then like we get to be immune to freezing. That's the only one I really care about. It's just being immune to freeze in this game is massive, and we're gonna get that one. Yeah, this is more reasonable. That other thing was just crazy.
My mana is gone.
Alright, we're just gonna go fast because I want to see if that guy even spawns in. Because I need to get the next part of my quest. So I don't want to start working towards progress on something where, like, well, I haven't even finished the last one. This is a purple one, so just go as fast as we can towards the exit, unless we see the yellow NPC. Okay, that's the end of it. Okay. Alright. And these are going to be like kind of random encounters. I just want to complete it because we already completed the quest of the 4,000 points. And I'm assuming that's going to give us the next quest, which I don't know what it's going to entail. Now we're on the ridge, and this act over here is going to have another quest coming up. I don't think it's on the ridge, though. I think it's in the next area. Keep pushing. 17 billion, it's insane. Yeah, but it requires a bunch of setup. Like, there are builds, and even Path of Exile, where you can hit for quadrillion, million, trillion, but it requires you to do this, grab these charters, and, like, it's not realistic. But if you are a boss killer only, then it's really not that bad. So now we're in the lower prison. It's going to be a Trial of Ascendancy over here. Again, we're going to try to look for the yellow one. If there is one. Oh, nice. We got a yellow one. Perfect. We just got to follow it, and hopefully we'll find him. We can get the next part of our quest. Ooh, yes. Okay. This is what we've been trying to get. As long as we don't rip on this. Got a div card. Nice. Get a 6-link body armor. Alright, here we go.
You have earned.
Okay, so nice. So it says find and defeat 3 diseased sacred trees that seek to bring about an early winter. I have no idea what that is. It's almost like a riddle. So now we're going to choose maybe another set of points on the passive, right? I knew it. Okay, so as far as tincture goes, we don't have a good tincture yet, but maybe, hold on, let's see. Let's go to purchase items. Maybe there's going to be good tincture. We have extra, wait, you guys can see this, right? My face isn't blocking it. You can see the text. The icon doesn't really matter. So we have bleeding, just more damage. We have Cooling Strike, poison you inflict on non-poison enemies. Deals 90% increased, wait, what? Poisons you inflict on non-poisoned enemies. Giving Cooling Strike is actually kind of good. It's like a lot more damage, but none of these are actually useful at all. Think about this poisoned one. So like the first tick of it does double damage. I mean, maybe it's like kind of usable. I think we can only have one tincture, but it just sounds kind of cool. And now what we're going to get is we're going to get the passive that gives us the little bark armor. And so it gives you more armor. It does use up reservation though, so I'm going to try it out. See if we can we throw it on? Or do we not have a reservation? Might be because Control T is another like hotkey. Okay. Now I'm going to double check on our accuracy rating. We have 2600. Okay, so we're still good. I don't really need the precision. I think it's much better to have the survivability. And let's go continue. So I don't know what this 3 disease sacred trees. Like I don't have any poisons right now. But the bark's going to give us 20% more evasion. And that's a pretty nice amount. And I'm not going to do any more of those for now. So we're going to go from the lower prison. So I'd rather get to the end game. Because the other, like the tincture one, I don't have any good tinctures, so it doesn't really matter. But in the lower prison right here, we do want to get this Trial of Ascendancy done. It's kind of like the other one, but it's going to be a little bit harder.
The trials ahead offer you both freedom and glory. The future is yours. If you're
oh, we got hit by it. I had to stop moving there because, remember, bleeds make you take more damage. Now, I could also activate Steel Skin. Dodge that just in time.
Belief is
the first one is done.
Metal of them all.
Okay. Let's go ahead and continue now. And the next area that we need to get to is going to be outside here. After the prison. And we are going to get another boss very soon. Where did we go to? Yeah. Oh, I think we can go to the ridge. Maybe once we get the checkpoint over here. I just happened to find this first. We might have to go back to the ridge. It's okay. It's not that big of a deal. Sometimes you'll see one area first, so you'll complete the objective in that area first. So we're going to find a boss here, and there's going to be another boss right after this one.
Yes.
I don't like how it makes her character look like they're covered in, like, gray mud, but I mean, it gives us extra defenses. Why not take it? It's increasing our armor by a good amount. What's our armor when that's down? So, let's see, actually. Okay. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to test out, okay, how much does this actually give us for armor? So we have 540. Oh, it's just increasing the damage reduction. Where's the stacks on it, though? I want to see the stacks. So we have 10 right now. Well, that's a massive amount of damage reduction. We go from 230 to... That's a huge amount of armor. Oh my gosh. Now, remember, it's going to give us diminishing returns, but remember, we still have all that extra evasion. So this is going to be massive towards the end game if I actually build a character that has any amount of armor. I could run maybe armor in like the boots and gloves. That would maybe like be an okay option. That's massive though. Very massive for survivability. Because the thing that's going to get us killed most of the time is just going to be a heavy physical attack. That's going to be great to have. Yeah, we need to increase our damage for sure within the next one. So hopefully we can get some more orbs of alchemy and we'll get an upgrade here. I'll show you guys how we can use the tool. It does require something called the Possess ID, which you have to like hit F12 and like log into Path of Exile and get like an ID number. But you could also just sort by DPS and it'll be close. But yeah, we'll try to get a new bow. We're going to lose out on the chain, but I think it's going to be worth it. Alright, so we're totally A-okay on mana. Let's see what are we at right now. So we were working... Oh, that's right, we're working towards this to get the massive amount of extra evasion. So this is going to give us... we're looking at the evasion rating. We get 74. Ooh, now we're at 82. Or 8,240 is how much... we get. Oops, we want to keep this on. Okay. Let's get a better bow off that for sure. Is that the skill tree? Yes! The skill tree in the game is massive. This is the game with the skill tree. It's one of the things that I love with this game. Is like, it's so exciting to see that. I kind of want to get life leech though, actually, in the next few points. Ooh. Getting some sort of hybrid armor would be great. Although, the armor that we have right now is pretty much irreplaceable to like the end of the game. It's like, it's so good. I wish that thing didn't reserve life though. It'd actually make things super good. Do we have enough for this? Yeah, I guess we can skip on precision. How much does Grace give us? Let's see, on defense. I probably shouldn't do this in the middle of battle, but... Oh, it's like half of our evasion right there gone. 80% damage reduction, that's crazy. That flask up and the extras. Oh, as far as this guy goes, I mean, you just... A lot of the bosses in this game just shoot once and move, and they'll eventually go down. Oh, we got a new amulet. Fire damage. 10 to all res. 10 to all res isn't bad. Oh, we can finally equip that brand new amulet. So let's see how much damage we get. So instead of, what is it, 44? We have, ooh, 50. Ooh, nice. What does this one give us, though? Yeah, that one's better. The one that we bought for 1 orb of alchemy. We got cold res. What's our resistances looking like? Ooh. Well, the chaos res, don't worry about that one. Oh, that bricks our characters. Sometimes you'll see an item that gives you plus to, let's say, strength, dexterity, whatever, and if you swap that thing off, your character's bricked. As in, like, you can't use your pieces of gear. And that's no good. So now we're gonna go to the Warden's Chambers. We're gonna get to the next area. Woo. And then we go to Prisoner's Gate. And here, oh, here should be the actual area for the, I don't think it's Ridge. I think it's this one. Oh, okay, yes. This is where we go. So what we're looking for is a Valley of the Fire Drinker somewhere in here. There's basically 2 exits. The Fire Drinker's the plus to skills. Okay, here it is. So, probably Abarath. So he hops around a lot. Let me see how many stacks we have. We have 10 stacks right now? Doesn't even look like it. Is it only when we hold still we gain the stacks? I thought it was like we would just gain the stacks if we didn't take damage. So what if I reactivate again? Or maybe the animation just got kind of messed up. So it's 1, 2. No, it's going up. Just maybe the animation of it went away, which is fine. I actually don't like how it looks. So if we got some sort of visual bug with it, that's better. So after you do enough damage to him, he'll run away, and then you have to just go into the area that he goes and runs away. He'll just like hop away. He's pretty easy. Just shoot once and move. Shoot once and move. Just like every single boss in PoE. Ideally, most bosses you just stand behind them, like as in like wherever his back is, and he does fire damage. But it shouldn't really matter. Ooh, took a lot of damage from that like meteor. We definitely need another bow though. What do we got here? Inventory Tetris for a second. Oh, we can sell this to the vendor. Is that life? 22 life on it. Not too bad, but I wanted, what did I want? The bow, yes, the sniper bow. What we're looking for is basically a triple like elemental damage.
Good.
And then now we can get less duration of Ignite. I'd rather select the other one though. Alright, so now that we've killed him, it's probably going to be in the opposite direction. As far as like the next area of progression. What's my build called? Oh, Yusef. If you want the build, it will be over on YouTube. So it's most recent like Path of Exile, like new beginner guide. It has the POB for the endgame. I don't know if I'm going to engage in that thing, because I actually have no idea what the heck that thing is. I'm probably going to look it up after, because it can be so like niche and specific. We can farm it for like hours and we get 0 because it requires you to do something. So sometimes with PoE, it's best just to look the thing up versus like, oh, I'm going to try. You'll save yourself a long time. We actually have, I think, 2 skill point books that we can grab. We can go grab them right now. Real quick. So let's go to the NPCs and I can sell this item. So we got 1, 2.
While you be time and tide, wait for no man.
We got some respec points as well. I want that passive skill point. If you see any red, blue, and green, that's not bad. But that helmet has 4 green links, so that's really good. Could be an upgrade. Let's see. Bam! 369. That's much better. Well, it has armor, and I actually kind of want to scale armor. This has life double res. This has life. And the rest of the stats kind of suck on it. So I actually do want the armor because I need some sort of armor to get my bonus armor off of. And yeah. Okay. Oh, we're gonna pop this one, and then we have 2 extra skill points. And now I want to try to push for the extra life leech. So we're gonna get this one over here, and then get blood. Blood Drinker is recovering life on kill. So basically, unless there's a boss, we're gonna be a-okay. And then we can also grab this. It's not too bad. And then we can get the extra arrow, and then we can remove chain and get like a much better bow. I think we're well overdue for a bow. All right, so now let's go continue. I jumped from the king to the king PoE. Hey, I've been playing PoE for years. It's funny because like some people were asking, hey, are you going to be playing the new PoE league when it comes out? I'm like, what? I play literally every single league. Every single league. But I get there's newer people that followed me from maybe Diablo, or it's another action RPG that we covered. Torchlight. Torchlight Infinite was actually a pretty solid game. I don't know if any of you guys played that. But I actually genuinely enjoyed Torchlight Infinite. Unfortunately, though, because it has microtransactions, even though, I mean, you can play the game perfectly fine. It absolutely does matter. But you can beat the whole game without any microtransactions. I beat the whole game with 0 microtransactions. You do get, like, free, like, pulls, but it is RNG on, like, certain things that you can get. It's basically certain passives. Think of, like, cluster jewels that are locked behind RNG gacha systems. That's Torchlight Infinite. And I wish they didn't have that, because I genuinely think they have a good game. And I wish that they just didn't have that system. If they didn't have that system, I think the game had so much potential. Here's how I think Torchlight Infinite could have been successful. No mobile version, okay? Because people think in their brain, they're like, oh, mobile version has got to be terrible, right? But that's not actually the case. Like, visually, the game is definitely more in, like, the Diablo 3 cartoony era versus, like, hyper-realistic. Over here, we want to actually not go towards the southern forest. We want to go towards a different area. But that's one area that we'll eventually go to. Oh, you found me from TikTok. Why is my inventory so full? It's okay. I like to keep the currency in my inventory. The reason why is Ciosa only accepts currency from your inventory. Also, it's fine. Not worried about it until we get to the end game. I probably have some quest items, like the plum, still stuck in there. It's a quest that you don't really need. But you know how we can get rid of it? There we go. Easy. Easy inventory management. Let's see, what else can we get rid of? It's like not useful. So as with the Quicksilver Flask, you can just sell. Okay, so we're looking for the wetlands over here. Oh, there's an item that dropped. We're gonna TP back, but I'm gonna. Oh, it's just a chromatic. I guess we'll grab it. We're already loaded in for it. Oh yeah, this thing is great. I can't wait to get some armor, and it's going to make our character incredibly tanky for bosses. If they do actually hit. Some of the bosses in this game, they just hit so hard, you're just going to get wrecked, and you just have to, like, not get hit. But yeah, this little armor thing is kind of nice. I wonder how it would combo with, like, Wind Dancer. Which is, like, it's kind of the same concept. But except for without the downside. So Wind Dancer makes it so, like, if you don't take damage in a really long time, the next time you take damage, it's lowered a lot. But if you consistently take damage, that thing is awful, and you will get killed from it.
My mana is gone.
But it can make you survive, like, a really big hit if you haven't taken damage in a while. So over here, you have to kill a lot of these small little pods. They're called the nests. There's 3 of them that you have to destroy, and then the big mama comes out. She gets mad that you destroyed all the little ones. I believe this does poison or chaos damage. But it's not too bad. New bow coming soon. We'll just get like 1 chaos orb or maybe a couple alks. I think we have 3 alks now, right? We'll see what the ratio is. We got a new quiver maybe. Crit strike, increased damage with bows. Nah, there's no ways beating that. They can see how much damage it does. Should I have 5,000? Yeah, so yeah, I already can tell. This one gives us life flasks that automatically recover. It's actually not bad for some of the things in the game. We can swap to that. And if you ever want to swap, it's called the Pantheon. You can't swap this unless you're in town. So now we're going to go back to the other area. Oh, we have a new mechanic. So this mechanic is called Expedition. We're not going to engage with it until we see a guy called Tujin, because he's the only one that I feel like is kind of worth it. We can actually have TP'd back. That would have been another option. Oh, did I turn off my... No, this is still active, right? Yeah, Bark's gonna still active. It just doesn't show up in the buff bar for some reason. So we're gonna go TP. Oh, there's some green. Oh, that's the plum that I threw on the ground. I was like, oh, there's a quest item. What is it? How many orb alchemies? We got 2 orbs of alchemy. Okay. And then maybe with this enkindling, let's see what are these worth 1 chaos. Okay. I'm gonna list it for 1 chaos. See if it sells. Actually, I'm gonna start listing stuff real quick. See if we can get like someone to get a buy on one of the chaos orbs. So I'm gonna go to here. I'm gonna list a couple of these things just for 1 chaos. Oh my gosh! Everyone just goes in towns and spams that thing every single time. This is garbage. These over here, these can be worth some, but in the very beginning, most of the time, I like to throw these cluster jewels in. You can use an alch on them later. Whoops. You can use a orb of alchemy on them later. Now, if you don't have what's called the premium stash tab, you won't be able to engage in the trade realistically. What's this one? It's a half. Okay, so I don't know if anyone will buy this for 1. They're going for, let's see, basically 1 right now. If I had 2, it'd probably be a quick sale. I'm gonna set this for 0.5 chaos orbs, so then that way someone will buy both of them at 1, which is a good deal for them. Let's see what regal orbs are. I have 2. If I set this for 0.5, this can also sell. It's just that sometimes people, like, if you give them this as trade, that also can work. Vol's half, so it's not going to be worth anything. Let's see. So this is, what is it? 5. 5 of these equals 1 chaos orb. Okay, so that's what we're going to have right now. 4 chaos for this? No. Let's see if we can sell this for 3. In the very beginning, I guess people really want that. So we can sell this, and hopefully, how many people are selling it for 3? Oh, so that's listed way too low. Okay, so let's go 4, and let's see. So a lot of people will have bots. That's totally fine. If it's 1 chaos orb under, I really don't care. Let's see if someone buys it for 4. So if you get a bunch of whispers in the game way too fast, that means that what you're selling is way underpriced. So now it's listed as 4, and basically a lot of these people are all using bots to basically whisper people, and it's fine. It's not really that big of a deal. If I could sell for 3 instead of 4, and I could just do it as a quick sale, that's fine. Sometimes people really want to min-max, and it's not that big of a deal, so we're just going to invite him, and we're going to go sell it for 1 under. And literally, you can see like how many more people will whisper you. When I listed at 4, like it was just dry, and at 1, it was quite fast, right? So we're going to go to his hideout and sell it for 1 under the price. So we get 75% of it, but it's such a small item, I don't care. I just want to get my upgrades faster, and I want to move along. And some people are only interested in penny pinching, and so I'm going to wait here because he just went to mine. He's going to eventually go back to his, I think.
I'm not up to
We're
that.
go to, oh. I'm literally waiting at his hideout. It might be a bot, and the bot got confused. Or we can just go invite the other person.
Are you new here?
Oh. Sometimes the bots, if you don't respond fast enough, they're kind of broken. Okay. So we'll go to his hideout. So, and then someone else wants to buy the other regal orb. Okay, so, so this is AF wants the regal orb. So I'm selling 2 of these for 1. There we go. And then we'll go to this other hideout. And then we will go to trade. Oh, there we go. And there we go. Get the 3 chaos orbs. Bam. And we are good. And go back to town. And now, just like that, 4 chaos orbs. So yeah, the name of the game, to answer a question in the chat, is Path of Exile. Yes, yes. All right. So now that we've got some extra currency, we can now buy our bow. So let's go ahead, and I can show you 2 ways to go ahead and search, because the whole point of a beginner's guide is to teach you guys how to play the game properly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go find the best weapon. Now this requires a possess ID. To find this, you are Like, I don't want to show you mine. I don't know if it matters, but what you do is you log into the Path of Exile website, you hit F12, and there's a special possess ID that it gives you locked to your account, and then you go in here and you copy and paste that. That's why it doesn't show it. I don't think it really matters, though. I don't even know what you can do with it, but nonetheless, they keep it censored, so I'm assuming you can do something with it. Anyways, you put that into Path of Building, and it's going to be able to find whatever item that you want using your character stats, and I'm going to hit done real quick. I'm going to re-import my character because I just equipped the amulet, and that could actually change. And then what you got to do, it's actually kind of complex. You actually have to go into skills, you go into lightning arrow, you make sure you include that in full DPS, then you go to your items, then you go to trade for these items. I know it seems very complex, but it's really not that big of a deal once you learn it. But I have, let's say I want to spend 2 Chaos Orbs, I want a bow, and max level, this is important. What level are we? We are 52. So 52, we're going to hit execute, and it's going to search for the best bow in the game for us for whatever price. So this one over here is 75 DPS, but it has a decent amount of damage. So this is for 2, so this is giving us lightning and cold plus 1 socketed gems. I don't know if that even counts that, but it's actually pretty solid. Let's see. Now what we can also do is we can hit the search, and what it's going to do, this is where it gets really crazy. So this will actually show you what it's searching for. And you want to see what it's searching for in the filters? It goes and it weighs each exact stat, and it tells you how much points that's worth, and it sorts it by what's called the sum of all the stats. So this is where this game is like so big brain that like you can just find the item like much easier by doing that. The alternate way, which is pretty accurate still, like in this session, it's totally fine to do this. Later when you min-max, yeah, the other tools are going to be way better. But for now, it's not that bad to just go bow, and then just hit, say, I have 2 Chaos Orbs, and I want it to be under level, like, I think we put 52, but let's just put 55, okay? And hit search, and I'm just going to go to DPS, and I'm going to select this. Now, when it has, like, bonus damages to, like, all these other things, you might not be able to tell which one's actually better, but, like, this one mathematically is going to mathematically do it for you, so you don't even have to worry about it. But you can see this one over here, it's physical. This has a lot of lightning damage, though. That is really good. But mathematically, like, even though this one might have more DPS, this one, I promise you, is going to be better because it's got that extra elemental damage with attack skills as the implicit, which will be better. And it gives us mana. So, like, there's times where, like, you could be a little bit more flexible. Sometimes I genuinely think that, like I'm like, okay, I can find a better one. Whoops. I can find a better one than this. Whoops. Where's the, oh, I think this one already, do we have another tab for this one? Oh yeah, this is what we had, and then we hit like some, and then it's going to sort it by the best. And this is giving us 140 fire. Like, it looks weird, but this one apparently, oh, it was this one. This one apparently is better. So it's got fire, lightning, oh, and then it has crafted cold on it. So it has the triple elements, and there's really no trading this triple elements. So in total DPS, this is 578. This is 626, and it says it's better. Now, is it, though? Because this one also gives us... Let's see. Sometimes I swear, though, like, I think it's lying, but it really won't lie. That's weird. It says it's fine. I'm going to trust it. And, let's see. What's the attack speed? So we'll also have to factor in the attacks per second, because the faster you're attacking, the better that it is. I know this one's looking pretty good, but this one has more elemental, and I don't have full conversion, and that's probably why this one's just going to be mathematically way better. Let's see, what else can we get? Let's see, it's 620, and what we can also do is change the level, so let's put like 60 as a requirement. Maybe something will pop up that's like way better. So you have a 685 that requires us to be 58, so it requires a little bit more, but it's going to give us this. Oh, it's got extra attack speed. Now that actually matters quite a bit as well. I'm just gonna probably still select this one. Let's see. Yeah, this one, it just seems better. 49 to, is it 190? Actually, the physical on that one is way better. It does require us to gain how many levels? Oh, it's gonna require us to gain several levels. We can also go into the parameters of this, and let's say I go to find best, and then I put max level 55, and let's see. Put 2 Chaos Orbs, hit execute. Let's see what it comes up with. Because if I can get it within like 1 or 2 levels, it could be way better. Oh, this is still showing up the same item. This is weird because it's showing us as cold and lightning, and it's not even showing up the same one, but in terms of the search, but it's fine. Now, which one do I want? I mean, looking at this though, this one is actually pretty solid. I know I found it using my search, but this one is telling us that this one is better. You can also sort by elemental DPS, because physical, while it still can be converted, with lightning arrow it's going to convert half of it. I think this one's actually pretty good, this Maelstrom. And the other thing that I can factor in here, because this has basically got, let's see, what was the other one? Oh, this one's got pretty good stats too on the physical, because half of the physical gets converted with lightning arrow, and we've got dexterity. Well, what level does this one require? Oh, 58. Oh, that requires a little bit more. All right. The thing is that this one has 4 links, and I would have to factor that in as well. Like, that's another great stat that I need to consider when I'm looking at an item. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up this one for 2 Chaos Orbs, and hopefully we can get it. Usually for 2 Chaos Orbs, he'll do it. I mean, I know we were sitting there for a while, but sometimes in this game, you could sit here and you can literally trade for hours in this game. So we're going to go to their hideout. And everyone's hideout's sometimes a little bit different, but let's go ahead and grab this, and we're going to get massive extra damage. So let's see what our damage is. So we go from 5,100 to 112. Oh, no, not 100. I wish it was 100. We get basically more than double DPS by swapping to this. And we get an extra gem slot, which, were we leveling up something up before? No, okay. And if there's anything else that we were wanting to level up, like second wind, we can go throw that one in. No problem. And we can keep this one over here. What is the DPS on this one? 252. And what is this one registering as in here? 613. So that little tool called Awaken PoE Trade is going to actually give you more accurate results sometimes. Different things will measure things different, and it's really hard to determine sometimes. You never played this game, but you're downloading before. Any advice for a newbie? You play D4 every day. To answer your question, Floppy, use someone's guide. I actually have a guide for this exact character, and you can see the gameplay of it at the very end too. I can show off what the end game gameplay looks like, and it is pretty hype. Like it's definitely solid. You won't be disappointed at all. Sometimes I like to keep my older items just to kind of see how we've progressed. Now, what else can we replace on this character that's going to give us a huge boost in actual stats? So there's actually another item that we can maybe pick up. I know we're sitting here trading a lot, but it's very important that I teach you guys trade because it's a huge area of improvement. So the other item that we get is Lion Eyes Paws, and these are really good. Although I would want to put the sockets in here. There should be 1 chaos, but they give you extra fire damage added to attacks. It also gives you increased movement speed, and you get to use a level 5 rain of arrows when you attack with the bow, and that will actually act as a separate attack, and it's pretty good. The stat that I would want to get is as much strength probably as possible. The rest of the stats always roll like movement speed. If I really wanted to boost movement speed, Nomic Storms will give us an insane amount of movement speed, or if I just want like solid pairs of boots, because our boots aren't actually that bad, right? They have 1 resistance. What's our resistance looking like? So we definitely could use some cold res. So we can do for like boots here. This is what I would do. I would type in the word movement speed. I would put at least 20. Pseudo means it can count like a lot of things. So usually just select pseudo, and then we type in the word resistances, and we want total % resistances, and then ideally we'd have life on the boots as like maybe like 30. And then I have like 1 chaos orb, hit search. Also, I need to make sure we check that we're at level like 53 or something. I'll usually go like 1 level higher. And then I want to select whatever one has the most amount of resistances. And for 1 Chaos Orb, I can get fire, lightning, some life, and some movement speed. Or I can select, like, I can type in, I want minimum certain amount of resistances. Ideally, we just get as much as possible. Because if I swap off of these boots right here, we're going to lose out on our fire res. So we just don't really need lightning. That'd be ideal. And I can put in a non-stat, so like not lightning resistance could be a roll. But sometimes they'll roll with like small amount of lightning resistance. It's still good to search up. I know it's getting complex, but this game has so much, man. So much to go ahead and dig into. But let's go ahead and say like I want minimum, and resistance is like 30. Okay, so that's going to be usually 2 different things that roll resistance. And we can go ahead and hit like, let's say the most amount of life. So I can hit 85 life with this one. That's pretty good. And that's for 1 Chaos Orb. I can get a bunch of life. Or I can just go get the Lion Eyes Paws. Nomic Storm will give you the most amount of movement speed, but it also makes you take a lot of damage. We basically get, what, 20% movement speed, which is normal, and then you get an additional 20%. There's nothing that is able to keep up with that, but like this gives you extra strength and dex, which is quite great to have. Ideally, we just put like 1. It doesn't really matter the sockets in this, but you can have what's called Hex Touch in these and actually apply a debuff to the enemy, which is actually quite great, but I can't really socket anything in this, but it still adds a decent amount of extra DPS to the build, so I'm going to recommend these out of the other like unique boots, or I can just get other ones, but I think let's see, what do we have? I want Asenath's. That's like one of the best items. Can we actually use Lightning Warp? I don't know if we can use it. Oh, we can buy a bunch of gems. This is the quest that I wanted to do. I know we sat here for like half an hour in just trading, but it is super important. Oh, sweet. We can already do it. Do we have less duration? I forgot which one less duration is. Is it like one of these? I might actually have to look this up. Oh, there's Hex Touch. That was the combo that I was talking about. Less duration, and maybe it's this one. Ah, here we go. It is an orbit chance and it requires strength. And that would require us to get the other boots. But if I can get Asenath's Mark, I want to enable my character to teleport as quickly as possible. It might cost too much mana, though. So we'll have to remove some stuff. And if that is the case, it's worth it. So, we want to look for Asenath's Mark. It's a helmet. That's how it's spelled. You just search for this. Oh, it's 3 chaos now. It was cheaper earlier, but it's okay. I want this because it allows us to teleport. So I can't use this combo yet, but it is something that we will do, and I don't really need to level these up. I don't remember what we actually level this up to. It's a pretty low level, though, because it requires like an insane amount of intelligence. But it'll let us teleport and shoot the whole time. But now we've got a lot more DPS, so let's go and continue. And we've got, let's see. We're going to talk to the NPCs for the reward. Okay. There we go. It's Puppet Mistress. That one is done. And we already did the Cloven one, right? If we talk to Sin for this one. So the important quests on this one are the Cloven one. I forgot if we actually did this. Okay, yeah, we did the Cloven one and we did the other one. And the next one, we just got to complete the rest of the game. Okay. So next, we got another skill point. We're going to put this in over here to get some extra life. And we're going to get this so we can recover life on kill. And now we're going to do really good damage, but we have maybe less clear speed, but yeah. What's a good starter class for it? I would recommend Lightning Arrow. It's really beginner friendly. It's very cheap, and it's like super scalable in the end game. Yes. But you see now, like our damage is like it's feeling much better. We one-shotting everything. Oh. Oh, I didn't get the, okay, so we don't need to go to the wetlands. We got distracted and I went back into town. Sat there for like 20 minutes trading.
I'm not up to that just yet.
But as far as right now goes, the only upgrades I would say are hopefully kind of good considered, maybe rings. But on one of the rings, I needed the strength, so perhaps getting those lionized paws will be actually advantageous for us. So they're going to give us damage, and then I can swap off the ring and then try to perfect the resistances. They do give us extra life too. Do these give us life? It's just fire res. Oh, okay. I don't think Line Ice gives us fire res though, does it? Let me see. Okay. I didn't even like take any damage there. That's quite nice. Oh, I didn't even have my thing activated. Why can't I activate hold on. For some reason I'm unable to activate this. Why can't I use Grace? Oh, is it because second win? Oh, it's making it cost more. Oh, dang, I can't put this anywhere. So there's a weird thing with this where it'll make it cost like more mana. Even though it really doesn't, it like really shouldn't. It's because it's linked to it. This is just a bunch of auras. But anyways, we're going from the southern forest to the next zone here. It should be down. But yeah, you can do Summon Raging Spirits. You can look up that build. That one's also a very good choice if you do want to have a good beginner-friendly build.
Beauty will grow from your remains.
Monster over here. So yeah, this upgrade was very nice. It's basically double the DPS. It's definitely noticeable. So this guy's just like never die.
My mana is gone.
See if we get some better boots. So what are we, 49.53, okay, that's fine. Go into the Cavern of Anger, and pretty much wrap up this act very fast. Alright, so the next one's going to be a nice 10% HP. There's more life over here, and if you want to get even more HP, there are a few other nodes, like up here. You have to waste like 1 skill point, kind of maybe even 2. But then you can get this, and then there's actual movement speed. 5% for 1 is not bad at all. So you can grab that. Half our damage is still physical on the weapon, so it's not bad. You can grab that. There's actual elemental damage over here, but if I wanted more damage with elemental, I'd go for these. These are way better. Yeah, these are going to be way better. And then we'll get the chance to like freeze, shock, and ignite. That one's much better to get in the earlier stages than later. This one's better to increase the effectiveness of them. But we actually have more movement speed, and if I want more HP, there's like this nice evasion one over here that we can go towards this as well. And after we grab these ones, there's more elemental damage. There's elemental penetration. There's actually a really good one on elemental where it makes it so, where is it? Hits have a 25% chance to treat enemy monster elemental resistances inverted. That one's good. Yeah, that one's good as well. Okay, let's go continue.
The Brine King. His time
Right,
is
make sure we
almost
grab
up.
that
Then hope we're
thing.
not up to that just yet.
Chest. The little flag that comes in there. Oh, our body blocked. Just gonna progress. Usually after you see 5 rewards, you can just reset it because usually we won't get anything past that. So the next reward here, where it gets to 5, see how it says 4 and 2. When it gets to the next tier, usually you can just end it because it's just unrealistic to get to the next tier, and things get a lot more difficult. Well, this is great. It makes the item from a white into a rare, and it gives like four sockets and 4 links. One of a really nice, powerful like crafting items that like anyone can really grab. Well, let's see if we can get this. I see how we have 5 rewards. Just hit end at that point. Bunch of loot. It's kind of tanky. Alright, so we got gauntlets. Alright, so yeah, this orbit binding is quite great. Normal to a rare with 4 link sockets. Very nice. So I don't think I have anything right here. Let's see. Move speed. Nope. The only thing that I'd pretty much want is maybe if we get like some sort of like evasion helmet. That could be kind of good. I mean, that helmet's really not that bad because it gives us armor. It gives us okay stats, so that can be acceptable to hold on to for now. Scroll wisdom. Keep it pushing till we get to like the edge of the area here. So there's going to be an objective where we got to stand in these little circles for the quest to actually progress. killing most of these things in one hit. Lightning arrow is so great at clearing. Look at that. Oh man, it's so good. Even without the chain. The chain really helps out though, because one arrow can bounce to multiple targets.
I'm not up to that.
But on single target, yes. But these guys, mana siphon, if you stand over here, it's going to drain your mana, and it's really annoying. Oh, we got some boots. Maybe an upgrade. Ooh, it has a lot of stats. 2 resistances, but no movement speed. It's terrible. Like, you'd have some really good movement speed in the game, but if it doesn't have really good boots in the game, and if it doesn't have movement speed, no one wants them. It's just how the game works. Can I give it a try? Oh, definitely, Mr. Mark. I have the full walkthroughs on YouTube. The whole thing will be uploaded. It's already on well, at the moment of me playing this, part 2 is already out. It just, these files take forever to render on YouTube's end, because they're like 13 to 20 gigs. It's like hours on end. But yeah, if you've ever wanted to play PoE, I'll show you guys like everything. It's not like a super super beginner guide. Am I still using the move speed? If not, using the socket boot thing? Yes. Yeah, Shiki, we're still using it. I'm assuming. Wait, Shiki, you're watching the stream, right? So I can. Do I want this? Oh. Let me see what you got. No move speed. No. Thank you, though. I appreciate it. I'm going to do the full walkthrough without getting any items for anyone. And the reason why is someone's going to be like, you got this one item from someone, therefore your like progression was only because you got this item, even though it does not matter. Oh, thank you so much for the subarino on Twitch. Thank you, mates. Thank you. Oh, got to go back over here. Kleptofox, I appreciate the sub. Kill all the enemies. Actually, right here, I can do this while it's going. But thank you so much for the sub. Let me give you a katana flip for your sub. Arigato, appreciate it. Oh, we got a mana siphoner though. But thanks again, Klepto. Oh, go over here. So yeah, you want to stand either super far away or super close to the mana siphon. And I'm just glad we don't have to pop mana flasks. That's like one of my pet peeves in the game. Because in one of the updates, was it Expedition? They made it so like if you have on like hit effects, you have to make sure you have the black flag in your inventory, but we have it. So we go over there. Now we go to the bottom of subjective, and we have another skill point. So we can get more HP, and then we could actually get this gain. I'm just going to get 2 points into this, even though I have so many points in this leech. I don't want to worry about mana. And then this will give us life leech, because this gives us recovery on kill, which is still great. But I want to also be able to, on bosses, be able to bounce back, is kind of like the term. So, like, the bosses will hit you for, like, a huge amount of damage. But they usually won't hit you multiple times, like, super fast. It's just like they hit you once really hard, and then maybe in a couple seconds they're going to hit you again. So what you need to do is basically refill your life. Now, one option is you can pop a flask to refill your life, or have so much damage that like within like a half a second your life goes right back to full. And I like that strategy. The reason why is then I don't have to look and push my buttons, make sure I have my flash charges up. It's just what I consider like way more efficient, so I like doing it that way.
Yes.
What dropped over here? Instilling orb. Okay, so maybe you can sell 2 of those for 1 chaos. Okay, so we got more of these essences. Nice. 2 essences right here. Ideally, we find a 2 stone ring and throw those bad boys on. Gotta remember, we gotta like be efficient with our little those things called the Mirage Archers. And this boss that we're coming up, I believe it is cold and lightning damage. Ooh, that's a big damage. I got like frozen. Couldn't move for a second. But eventually in the later stages of the game we will get freeze immunity, so that won't happen at all. Forgot we were still running the momentum support. It's actually really not that bad. I usually swap off of it, but like I just haven't gotten like the colors. I'm still running whatever we're running right now.
So courageous. Such a fine example of womanhood. I simply knew
If we have
you
the 20
wouldn't
whetstones, we
disappoint
can
me.
throw these on this.
Oh, my
Not
heart.
that big of a deal.
You see, His Majesty could never be satiated on his wedding day by one.
Oh, it doesn't have fire damage,
Thank
but
you,
it has plus the
my
physical
sister.
damage, which yeah,
I shall
it's a little bit
always
lower.
treasure your company.
But it's only like what 2 chaos. Seer damage on this. Oh, that's really good damage for this. So this boss, how it works is you just kind of shoot and move, but in this area, you just want to make sure you don't get hit by those white like lightning storms that come down. They do an extreme amount of damage. But updated ball lightning sword with new glyph. Oh, what I actually plan to do is make a video on like where's the best glyphs for every single character. But I could make an update to it. I think a lot of people have actually requested me. And now that people are more interested in playing Aperture of Zir, we could definitely do it. But unless your glyph is level 50, I can tell you that every single Paragon board in the entire game on the non-upgraded radius will give you 158 points. Alright, going to the next act over here. Alright, so now we are finished. Pretty much 1 hour on the dot over here. And that was with our like 20 minutes of like our little like trade session over there. So now we have completed Act 6, Part 6. So if you enjoyed it on YouTube, drop a like on your way out, and I'll see you guys in the next one, which will be Part 7, Act 7, and we're almost done.